Attention, you are now tuned in to Brown Woman Speaking, a podcast where I'll have candid conversations covering a variety of topics from self-love, entrepreneurship, mental health, relationships, and a whole bunch of clown. Shut your mouth. Let's get into the episode.
I can see you.
I'm so glad I got that little peace sign on record because I'm very discombobulated today. So just bear with me, okay?
You look cute, girl.
Thank you. You too, girl. I'm like, this what's going on. Period.
Okay, because it's time for these to come down. You gotta hide the edges. You feel me?
With the swoop top. Period.
Okay.
What's up, y'all? I'm Portia, and this is Brown Woman Speaking, a podcast where me and my guests have meaningful conversations that I hope will spark new ideas, perspectives, and attitudes in our culture. Today's guest has been my clowning partner on the gram for as long as I can remember. Girl. See y'all. See. We met
y'all.
a couple years ago by happenstance, and we just clicked. That's my girl, period. She is a mother and an all-around amazing human being. Welcome to the podcast, Virlitra. What's up?
Hey. I am so happy to be here today. Cannot wait to see how this goes.
Me either.
Look, blinking, because all right.
Like always, a shout out to our Brown Business of the Week. Our Brown Business of this week is The Sheer Label. The Sheer Label is an online women's boutique that has a variety of exclusive, sleek, and classy styles for women who love to make a statement through their wardrobe. It was launched back in April of 2017 by CEO Sierra Chantel, creator of the fashion blog Side in the City. The Sheer Label was inspired by her love for expressing herself through fashion pieces. So she decided to sell what she wore online. You can support the Sheer Label at thesheerlabel.com or via Instagram at the Sheer Label. I'll have all that linked down below. She got some fire pieces, okay? Fire. Now back into the episode. Now back to today's conversation. Virlitra became a mother at a young age. I know that there are young mothers with big dreams and goals, just as she does. And my hope is that this episode will, shed some light on your experiences or give you a little laugh and show you that somebody else is in your corner or maybe going through the same things that you are going through, and you can get through it, okay? So, how old were you when you became a mother?
18. Well, I got pregnant at 18, but I had a little baby at 19. Okay. Freshman, second semester in college, like fresh, still fresh. Baby, popped up pregnant. Couldn't even finish the semester. Had to go home, right? Because I went to school 3 hours away from my hometown. So I couldn't stay. I don't know how to be no mama. So I had to come home. And, baby, whew, that was a year for me. Do you hear me?
So you got pregnant at, what school were you going to? UL?
I was going to UL, but I wasn't there. Y'all went home for a weekend, and it just, I should have stayed at school. That's all.
How you go home and
Listen, y'all. Let me just go and tell y'all, since we here. Okay. I got pregnant my very first time having sex. Okay.
Now this
Very first time. And then you know what's crazy? I didn't even know how to feel about it because you knew. So you don't know. You just like, okay, a baby. Okay, what else? So yeah. And the guy was way younger than me. So
how many years is way young? You going to jail?
oh my God, y'all! If I had time to
We
tell the
ain't
whole
gotta
story,
disclose. We ain't gotta
we
disclose.
would listen. He was younger than me by three years. Okay, just all right.
It's okay.
Okay,
It's all right.
you know how the years matter at teen, but like if you look at it now, we both in our 20s.
Yeah.
So not
You
that
know,
bad.
when you was 18, somebody 3 years younger than you don't really, I mean, you a little more mature than them. At 18, I still was in high school in my head.
Right. First year in college, you don't know much. You
That's why
know.
I don't. That's why I don't fully agree with the whole 18-year-old
Mm-hmm.
not being able
You grown.
you're not grown. If I would have said I was grown to my mom at 18, you ain't grown. You ain't grown.
Right. Right.
So your first time having sex, you got pregnant.
Impregnated. You hear me?
Girl would have croaked over and died.
Let me tell you, I cried every day. Because first time having sex, you missed the period. And you weren't having sex in high school, so an irregular period was normal for me. I had irregular periods, so I would skip months, and I was like, all right, just skip. Second month came. I'm like, okay, it's going for 2 months. Then the third month, I was like, all right, something got to be going on. So I came home to get my braces taken off, and it was a little sign. I don't know why I remember the sign. It was just like, you got to do the X-ray, and it was like, if pregnant, let them know or whatever. So I don't know why. I guess that was my intuition forming. I was like, when I leave it, let me just go ahead and take a test. So took a test. Well, I didn't take a test till I got back to school because I came home to get my braces off. So I went back to Lafayette and I woke my friend up at like 3 in the morning. I was like, can you please take me to Walmart? I need, baby. When I tell you I cried for 6 days straight, I ain't go to class that week, just crying. Crying. You hear me?
So how
Crying.
long after you got pregnant did you leave UL?
I finished out the second semester and then I left like May, when it ended.
This thing hurt.
Girl.
I didn't know it happened to you like that.
It happened just like that. You hear me?
I just never want to get the Buddha again. Like, are you giving me a sign?
Girl, it took me a minute because I was like, what's going on, Lord? Why me? I'm thinking I'm like, what happened? What did I do to deserve this? I ain't did nothing wrong. I ain't cussed in college. I didn't cuss in high school. But baby, let me tell you, I went through hell and high waters pregnant, baby. And I just, ooh. But I guess we'll get into that later.
With you getting impregnated your first time, how did the father feel? Cause I ain't help. I'm gonna be like,
okay, like I already said, he was younger than me.
mm-hmm.
So his whole thing was, oh my God, it's so much to this story. It's just like I don't want to give too much away, but okay,
You gotta be happy.
he was 6. He was 16. All right, everybody, 16. Junior in high school, but I didn't know. I just don't want y'all to think I was no whore or nothing. So let me just go and tell y'all. The way it happened it was not supposed to happen, but I guess it was destined to happen by the good Lord. And then like I just went out here, I was like, oh, I'm gonna sleep with this man. No, it was none of that. But
Girl,
anyway, it
I'm
just
pretty
happened.
sure everybody that's listening,
I just
I
because
heard
first time
read the books.
then
Okay.
look, I'm telling you, but like I said, I was saying I didn't know. I don't want them to think, well, she just whatever. So he just was like, I can't, he's 16. He was like, I can't be no daddy. And he just kept saying, I'm 16. I can't have no kid or whatever. And I'm in college just crying my little life away, 3 hours away. And so he gave me his sister number. His sister was like way older than both of us. So I talked to her for the majority of the time. I really didn't talk to him that much because I was just like, I don't want to talk. Just let me cry in peace. So really the main thing I was really crying about was like, because me and my daddy was close. And I was like, how am I going to tell my dad? My daddy is a pastor. How you go to college for 2 days and you pregnant already, So, I mean, it just was hard on everybody. He just kept saying he was stressed. His junior year, he was an athlete, a student athlete at that. Like, so it just was hard on both of us. And to make matters worse, he had a girlfriend. So, still, guys, don't think I'm a whore, okay? Don't think I'm a whore, y'all. Let me tell y'all. At that time, like I said, it was my first time. I had never had no dealings with dudes. So, like, I knew of him, but I didn't know him to like where, like we talked all the time. Like anyway, I didn't know him like this. So, I'm thinking, I'm like, don't this man got a girlfriend? And my friend was telling me, she was like, nah, they broke up. And I was like, okay, I guess I can give him my number. But come to find out, it just was it was a lot. It was a lot for him. It was a lot for me. So he's trying to really save his own behind while trying to, see what I'm going to do, So it just was a lot. I literally cried. I can't tell y'all a day I didn't cry when I was pregnant. Like, for 9 months straight, I was crying every day. I ain't playing. It was horrible.
I can't only imagine, like, how you felt going through that situation. One, because it was your first time. Your adrenaline is pumping, focused on this being your first time, and you about to, give up a part of yourself. That the last thing on your mind is you getting pregnant.
Right, because I just knew we was finna just do this, and I was gonna go back to school, and I wasn't gonna never worry about this man again. I just knew that's how I was finna go. No, it didn't happen like that though.
So did y'all at some point start communicating with each other?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we did, but let me see. So I went to school, and then when I came back after the second semester, it just like we from the same hometown, so I would see him more. Like we would talk about it. Well, we didn't really talk about it, but after a while, we just quit talking about it. So at that point, you like, all right, we're just gonna keep it. So that's it. They just was communicating on from then on out. So we didn't have no choice but to talk, right? Because we have a baby on the way. So, well, we had a choice, but we did communicate more. I guess.
What course of events made you decide that you were going back to your hometown, leaving UL and going back home instead of staying?
Man, let me tell you something. I had me an apartment at the edge, and I was finna hide out with this baby.
So you was gonna hide out and like not say that you had one?
Yes. I was finna keep going to school.
So serious.
I'm not playing, girl. I would never forget that day signing that lease. Baby, I was like, I'm not going home. I was like, I'm not gonna tell nobody. I told 2 people, well, 3, including him, but I told 2 people in the whole world. I told my brother and my mama. That's it.
So your daddy didn't.
I didn't tell my dad. My mama told my dad. I wasn't finna tell him. Baby, I was finna move. I was like, I was already gone technically in school. So I was like, Mama, I want to get an apartment. And she was like, okay. So, I was finna I done signed the lease and everything. Then I don't know. I think I just got stressed or something. I was like, I'm going to just go and tell her. So then
you signed
I just came home
first.
And
then you told your mama.
Mm-hmm.
But at first your plan was to hide out from everybody.
Everybody, even him.
So Baby, this story is interesting.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you.
So I'm trying to get wrap my head around your plan of action that you had.
It wasn't even strategic. It was just hide. That's all I had in my head. Hide.
So you was just
Stay
gonna
here and
keep the
hide.
baby at home, but you was gonna continue to go to school.
No, the baby was gonna
You
be
just
with me. I'm hiding the pregnancy. The baby is staying in Lafayette. We gonna stay in Lafayette and birth the baby there.
so you
But it
and
didn't
them
happen
was
like
gonna
that.
go home.
No. I'm in school away. Why? It was like, why go home? Just stay here and be pregnant. They ain't gonna see you anyway, 3 hours away. You know? Portia.
So this was your thought before you ever told a soul.
Yeah. Well, nah, not really. My first thought was, I was gonna get rid of it. So it was a little women's clinic on Jefferson Street. That ain't far. I
Mhm.
walked all the way up there. I actually thought it was an abortion clinic. But the good Lord knew. And them, I went in there like we're gonna talk about this. I took the test. I took like 3 tests. You gotta take another when you go to the thing. I'm like, this
Mhm.
gonna say no. It said yeah. So the lady was asking me, she was like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, I can't have no baby. I can't have no baby. My dad is a preacher. I'm not married. What am I gonna do? Girl,
Mhm.
them people got in there, showed me some video about some kind of stuff, some kind of biblical stuff, like, and I was like, Lord, you done sent me to the right place, didn't you? Girl, I cried in there with that lady. I'll never forget that lady, Miss Sheila. I don't know what she is now, but I used to talk to her. Miss Sheila talked me out. So I said, okay. I cried in that office for 6 hours straight. I'm not playing with you. I didn't go to class. I walked on up there, made my appointment, and I stayed there and talked to that lady and just cried. So that's what I was gonna do first. But then once I found out, I was like, okay. And girl, it's even crazy. So me walking to class on the days I did go, all this stuff going on with me. I'm seeing girls. I was like, dang, maybe she pregnant too, and she don't know. Like she gonna be all right. And then it's me. I'm like, girl, I'm trying to make myself feel better. It was so horrible. And I'm not the type to talk to people, like about anything that I go through. And I had 4 friends that came to school with me from like my school. But girl,
You didn't tell
I
them.
was I told one of them because he
Mhm.
took me to the store. But girl, it was bad. You hear me? Bad.
I'm over here feeling bad, and it wasn't even me.
Girl, this was 6 years ago. I think I done got to a place now where, well, not really. I was gonna say where I'm okay, but not yet. I will be though.
I mean, that's just it's literally that's a hard pill to swallow. Like that's a lot stacked up on you at one
You
freaking
hear me? I'm only one little lady. You know,
time. Right.
I can't handle all that. I just, it's still to this day, you don't understand. I think about everything that happened.
Mhm.
And I just want to know why it happened because I really believe like things happen for a reason. So I always try to wonder. I'll be like, Lord, why did you let that man get in me? Because I want to know. Like, that was literally my first time ever, anybody like ever trying to, like sleep with me. So I was like, why him? Like, what am I supposed to learn from this? Or what am I supposed to get from this? I just feel like it was the Lord. And I know you ain't supposed to have sex before marriage, but I still feel like it was the Lord. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
I
Is it
mean,
making sense?
yeah, that's making sense because I feel the same way. It's just some stuff is destined. Some stuff, I feel that he puts in your past for you to learn from.
Yeah.
And, maybe you already learned the lesson that he wanted you to have
I
and
don't
you
think
just
so.
haven't realized it yet.
Maybe so. Maybe that's it. Maybe I haven't realized it yet because I still wonder. Like I just randomly think like, man, I really did not know this man at one time in my life. And now look, I know this man. You know what I'm saying? Like it adds up to me, but sometimes I just be like, why, Lord? What am I supposed to get from this? Not questioning why, but like, what is supposed to come out of this? You know,
Just
like
trying to
that
figure out
type.
what that
Yeah,
message was. Like, have I seen the message? Is there a message? I feel that there's a message. What are you trying to tell me?
right.
I
That's it.
questioned why did you let this happen to me? But
Yeah,
I mean, on the other hand, why did you let this happen to me? What was the purpose?
yeah. Literally just like that. That's me.
Because I didn't talk to many of ninjas lits, and in trying to figure out why did this person come in my life, what was their purpose, what lesson was I, you know, made to learn from this,
Yeah,
because it had to be something. Like, I have to take something away from my encounter with this human being.
right. And
Something.
that's literally what it was. For
You didn't
years, I
take
just
away
wanted.
your child, who is
Yeah,
freaking hilarious.
baby. That thing's something serious. You hear me? Serious. I love that little baby though, but oh Lord, it's been a
So,
roller coaster.
with being a mother and being young, there comes everything that us non-kid having people go through. You experience the same things, but as a mother. So, like, dating, traveling, working, your dreams. So first, what things do you want to do, or dreams that you had that you kind of put on hold because of you being a mother?
I would definitely say finishing school.
Mm-hmm.
That was a number one, like a number one thing. But I don't know. I guess when I when I had him, it just was like so much. Like I was literally depressed for 4 years straight, like straight, and I didn't know until I realized. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
I just knew like it was something. Like I literally hated everybody. I just walked around like crying, slanging, throwing, like it was horrible. So I don't know if I was mentally ready. And as I grew, I was just like, okay, I realized that like this season is for this, so you can take it into this, and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
there was that. I wanted to go to school, and that's it really. I just wanted to give us a better life, because everything had to switch once he came. So it was no more just me. So I had to want to go to school, then get us everything we need, just a real life that I had to put on hold because it was just me. So he went to school that following year. So it was just
They
me. Like
all
I'm working, he at school, and I'm here with the baby. So everything was literally put on hold for a long time. And it's still on hold. I ain't got a degree. And just
But the good thing about the whole degree thing is, I mean, it's never too late.
I know.
It's never too late to go and get your degree. It's never too late to become successful. You don't know how you're gonna become successful. You might not even need the degree to do so. So
You're right. You're right about that.
something gonna fall in your lap that he already had planned for you, and you're gonna be like, I see you. I see you.
And I'm so ready for that moment, babe, because I've been just moping for 6 years. Do you hear me? Just
Okay,
moped out.
so have you been dating in those 6 years?
Oh, let's see. Let me see. Have I? That's a long time to think back. I have, but it wasn't nothing like too serious, I would say.
So you was like talking to some folks.
Yeah, I was doing a couple of talks here and there,
A couple of talks
but
here and there.
just a couple, because I did date. I dated one guy, and Colton loved him to death, but I messed that up because I was still messed up, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
So like And then even with Coach's dad, like we went through a lot. Well, I don't wanna, but basically it was a lot for me because basically, like, we done developed this relationship, not an actual relationship, but like we kind of got close, and it just was like I was literally stuck on him for years. Like we never were like in a relationship, but it still just kind of affected me, because like we got a kid, so we did talk a lot. We hung out a lot and stuff, but it didn't really work. So me talking to that guy, I didn't realize that I messed up. Like I was hurting still, and I just messed it up with him until after we quit talking. So yeah, I should have never dated. I should have just healed myself first and then went in. Cause let me tell you how many good, wholesome men I done missed out on. A lot. Okay?
I ain't gonna tell you how many wholesome men. I ain't missed out on not one wholesome man. So
I am. Just
not
girl,
guess
just
what?
thinking about it just
Guess
make me
what?
so sad.
We know, we both know.
We know. Listen, I'm still waiting. I ain't giving up. You hear me?
We know I'm gonna be at the wedding, you know.
Woo!
Stand up for the bride.
Girl. No, ma'am. Listen.
I was discussing with one of my friends about men who have children and women who have children. And she just so happened to be on a call with her boyfriend who has a child. And so I asked him, would he date a woman with a child? And he kind of said yeah, and he kind of said no. But then I feel that men with children or a child expect you to, accept their child, but they're not as open to accepting a woman with a child as they feel the women should be. Do you feel that there's a double standard between single moms and single dads?
I don't really know a lot. I would say it is, but it's just like if it is, it's our fault. Like I would say the moms because we let them get away with more than what they should. So like for me in my situation, I never asked him for nothing, because like I said, when I came home, he actually went to UL. So he was in school for 4 years. He was playing sports and Greeks and, being a college student. So I didn't really ask him for nothing, I'm just like, okay, he in school, he don't work because he plays sports full time. I'm not going, I'm not gonna bother him when I can just work and do it myself. But at the same time, like once you realize that they are like a parent as well, so they shouldn't be able to do less just because they have other stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I would say it is, but I've actually never dated a guy with a son. Like everybody has always accepted Colton that I have dated, but I've never dated like a single dad.
Somebody with a child. That's interesting though. Because I
Yeah.
do feel like when it comes to young men and women getting, having children, there are women are held to such a higher standard when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to raising the child. Where it's two parents, but
Right.
I have to kind of dampen myself down, put a hold on my life, like you did, so I
Mm-hmm.
can raise the child. And then on the other hand, the men don't necessarily have to do that. Hey, Colton.
Okay, baby. I'm
I
gonna get
will
it in a minute.
fix you.
Okay, wait. No, I'll be in there in a minute. But yeah, they do. They normally get to do as they please. Let's just say it. They just get to do as they please. In
Yeah.
most cases.
In some cases, they, put their lives on hold too, but
Yeah.
or work it out, figure out
And
how to.
then again, like how it's sometimes like we don't even acknowledge that men deal with things too. So
Yeah.
like I feel like my son's dad is like in a space now where he's able to really think and realize, like stuff he didn't or couldn't do or couldn't realize when he was in school, because you in college, you ain't trying to think about no real life stuff. You just in college, trying to be a college student. So
Right.
like now I feel like he's maturing in some areas. So like, I always kept that in the back of my head too. Like when stuff didn't go how I wanted to go, I would just be like, okay, well maybe he going through something too. Like, so I'm always trying to figure out like maybe I'm always the type of person to try to see where we can meet, like for common grounds or for understanding and stuff. So that's probably where I mess up at too, trying to be so understanding. I don't really put my foot down a lot. I do now. I used to didn't, but you know, because men do deal with things too. They just don't speak on it as much as women do.
Right. And yeah, you're right. They do. We're gonna let it slide.
I don't even know if I wanted to know what you was about to say.
Mm-mm. You don't. So we are going to play a little this or that, but the mommy edition. Dun dun dun. Where I'll ask her a set of questions and she'll choose between one or of two answers. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, 3 children or one child?
3.
Okay, why 3?
I just want 3 boys. I have always wanted 3 boys. So like, wait, I want 3 boys. I really want 3 boys. I just have always wanted 3 boys. So like for the first 2 years, I was like, no, I ain't having no more kids. Because originally I wanted 6, but after coaching, I
Hey,
was just like,
are you a part of a big family?
yes, I am. I have 7 siblings.
Okay.
So I was just
I
like,
see
okay, 6,
but I
they'll
don't
never.
want kids.
Girl, but see,
I
I'm
barely
a
want
nurturing person. So
Okay.
I was like, okay, if I get another boy, then I'm gonna keep going. But if I get a girl, then I'm gonna just stop because I don't want any girls. So if I
Why
get
you
a
don't
girl
want
after
girls? What you
girl,
fighting against the girls for?
I know what kind of girl I am. Emotional. I'm not gonna deal with 2 of them. I ain't got time. Gotta get nails, hair, eyebrows, lashes, toes. I ain't trying to do that. Boys just need a haircut and a pair of shoes, and we
That
can go.
ooh, it's sick to
I'm
me.
not. I'm not.
Okay. A husband or single?
Husband me right now. Did you hear me? Right now. Do y'all know how long I've been single? Let's just talk about I ain't never had no I had a boyfriend, but that's the one I was talking about that I messed up. So I
Mhm.
count him, but other than that, I ain't never had no boyfriend. I'm tired of being by myself. You hear me? I ain't rushing it, but I am so tired of being alone.
You can be tired, but not rush.
Yeah, I ain't trying to rush it, but I'm just like, where you at? But I ain't rushing it. You know. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You know, you taking too long. Girl.
Okay. If you had a time machine and you could choose between keeping your virginity or keeping things the way they are, which one would you choose?
Oh my God. Why do I even have to think about this when I have a whole child? You know what I'm saying? That's sad. I don't know. I'm trying to dig deep into it. So I guess I only got to pick what they said. I guess I keep it how it is. I keep it how it is.
Okay.
I guess.
If Colson wasn't involved,
Hey, if Colton wasn't involved, run me that V card back right now. You hear me? Right now. Right now.
would you
I'm
have
gonna need that back.
have Did you have plans to keep your virginity on lock for a certain period of time, or you just believed when it happened, it happened?
I don't even know. Like I had no plans. Like I'm saying, like I was so innocent. Like I was the sweetest girl ever. So it's like I never came across nobody that I feel like I attracted what I was. You know what I'm saying? Like I never just came across somebody that just was like, ooh, I'm trying to, trying to like I never came across somebody like that. But I don't. I didn't have any plans. I just was like, whenever it happened, it's gonna happen. And then I didn't have no self esteem either. Like I had no confidence or nothing. So I knew it wasn't gonna happen no time soon.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was like, well, let's just see how long we can go.
Did you and your baby father go to the same high school? No.
No.
How the world y'all met each other?
Okay, like I said, we from the same town. I
Yeah.
guess I can tell the story. We from the
Okay.
same town, a little bitty small town, super small. So like I said, I knew of him, but I didn't know him like that because I went to school. I went to Grambling High School. I didn't go to Farmerville High. I went to Grambling High with the blacks, okay, the black people. So I went to, went to college, and I just came home for a weekend because my aunt is a beautician, and she wanted me to be in the parade for like it was a Black History parade. She was like, I want you to, when you leave, you the first one to go away, so everybody calling you, want you to come home. So I was like, all right, I'll come home that weekend. So my friend, one of my closest friends, before I went to school, she got put out of her house. So my dad and them just let her stay. And she was talking to my son's dad, best friend. So when I came home, she was at the house and she was like, will you talk to, and I was like, no, he got a girlfriend. And she was like, no, he don't. And I was like, no, I'm not going to talk to this man. So she was the type of friend that was just a bad influence. I love her to death. But she was just way faster than me. So she was like, next thing I know, I get a text message from this number. And I was like, why you give this man my number? I said I was not talking to him. And she was like, it don't matter, you can talk to him. So whatever, we texting. So that night, let's see, we was texting, and like I said, remember I said about the intuition coming. So we was texting, they came over, and like we was just chilling outside. Kids back then just walked. We just walked in my little town. We was just walking the street. So before they came, I remember telling her, I was like, bro, I don't care what we do, but I do not want to go to his house. Not his house, but his friend's house. I was like, I don't want to go to the house. Whatever we do, I don't want to go there. And I don't know why I was saying that, but I just was like, whatever happens, I don't want to go to the house. So we chilling. Like I said, I knew this man, but not of him. This is our first conversation ever. Like ever. I knew him, but didn't know him. So we chilling. We ended up getting in the car, just riding. Next thing you know, we on our way to the friend house. I'm just like, oh Lord. So I'm just chilling. Like I said, my friend was fast. So we get in there. We all sitting in the living room. I'm making it. And we just sitting there. So they left out. They left out. And we were just in there by ourselves. So we were just talking.
They said you
And
know.
yeah, that's what it was. But like I said, I didn't know nothing about it. I knew nothing about no setups or nothing. And that was just that. So that was it. I mean, then they left and it was just us. So I was like, okay. So then after that, after all that, after everything happened, let's just say I don't even remember. So I blacked out, right? Okay. I don't remember. So I'm just thinking.
You drinking or something?
No, and I knew you was gonna say this because that's what everybody always asks me. No, I was not. So that's just that, like, that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I think about it so much. Like, how was he the chosen one? Because I didn't know him. I knew of him, didn't know him. So I just like, how this man get
Like
to,
your
you
adrenaline
know,
pumping so much that you.
no, it was nothing pumping. I didn't go in there saying, oh, let me make a baby with this man. Let me screw this man. I ain't say that. I ain't say none of that. It just happened. When I say just happened, it just happened.
Sound like the other three people already knew that something gonna pop off.
That's
Possibly.
and then I missed a step. The girl told them. So they all went in the friend's room, and I was just sitting in the living room by myself. So next thing you know, she done told them people I was a virgin, girl. And I was like, why would you tell them that? Like I said, bad influence. I was like, why would you tell the people that? So I don't know how. I guess maybe it was a man thing. They just want to be with somebody that's a virgin.
How did you find out that she told him? Did he tell you?
She told them when I walked in there. They asked me that. They was like, she was like, they don't believe me. And I was like, why would you tell them that? She told them that. So, I don't know if it's a man thing. They just want to be with the girl that's a virgin. And it just happens.
Typically that's not the ones they want.
Real baby, I don't know what was going through that man's head that night. You hear me? Not a clue. And boom. So after everything happened, that's when I found out how old he was. Because I'm thinking the man, him, he big, tall. He been tall his whole life, I guess, as far as I known him. So he was like, I'm 16, I'm a junior in high school. And I was like, boy, no, you ain't. Then I felt bad after that.
Somebody
he was like, yes, I am.
For something. Somebody was like, bro, I did not know this dude was this young. All right. Clearly.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I was like, oh my God. And like 18 ain't no big age. But when you're a freshman in college and a junior in high school, it's just like, no, you can't do this. But like I'm saying, I thought we was the same age.
You really have the same, those people, when you think about it, like if y'all went to the same high school, you were in the same school with them at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Not him. I didn't go to school with none of those people who were in the room.
No, I'm saying if y'all would have went to the same high school.
Oh, yeah.
His grade and your grade, y'all would have been in school together. Like you interact with all grades and all ages when you in high school.
Yeah, you do. You're right.
It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it like, dang.
I'm telling you,
my boyfriend was definitely over 18. But it's my parents knew that, but they ain't had no issue with it because it was pretty normal for 18-year-old.
Yeah, like you said, high school.
Yeah.
High school, and y'all was in school together, and y'all probably was dating for until one of y'all left, right? Until he left first, huh? You said he was older.
Yeah.
So they knew him, and then y'all being in high school together, that's like y'all just in high school together. So when you go to college, he's still the same him from high school.
I don't think it's a big deal. Like if I had a child,
it wasn't, but 18, it just was the age. It just was the age for me. Like, you know how close that is to 15? Like 15 is a young age.
15 is young. 16 though. 16, I thought I was grown.
Not me, baby. Look, apparently, I was still a baby girl.
I wasn't doing nothing, I was still over here. I just saw, not because I just saw so many people around me thotting and bopping.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was around all the guys who was participating in the thotting and the bopping.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw,
like how they did, yeah.
Yeah, I saw what was going on. And I was
right. You don't want to be a part of that. You don't want to be a part of that.
I'm going to just be the wing woman for these fools. And I'm going to just stay over here. So I ain't really talked to, I was over here. One person tried me one time, and to this day, you know who you are.
Oh,
to this day, when I did do something, when I got, further about to get out of high school, my boyfriend was definitely older than me. How old was this fool?
Was he in his 20s, girl?
He was at least 19.
Okay.
I was like 17. He was at least 19. I might have.
I don't know. I just don't know. I just felt so bad. I just felt
Yeah,
so
I
bad
was
for you.
17, about to be probably 18, and he was at least 19, about to be 20, because our birthdays ain't that far from each other.
Child,
That one was more than me. Now that I think about it, I'm like, we still had kid mindsets. So, and like you
you're
said,
right.
that was my boyfriend. So, but there was a situation at the same time.
Some days I wish I just would have just stayed, but I didn't have the right. I had no patience.
But
When
college,
my baby was first born, child, I felt so bad. I was out of it. Like, girl, I think my postpartum depression started right after I pushed the baby out. You hear me? Just started so fast and lasted. Like, well, you probably don't know, but some people have a longer lasting one than some moms. And I really believe mine lasted for 4 years. Cause Jesus Christ, girl, when I tell you I've been going through it, I ain't playing. And it's so easy to get right back into it, but you came out of it before, so you can like get yourself out to a
right?
certain extent. Girl, I'm
Well,
telling
with
you, there's a
depression, I suffer with depression. Like I got diagnosed, but with it, it's just like you want to be in control of it, and sometimes you just not.
right.
And
It's
then
just not.
sometimes you're unaware that it's even happening or what's going on until
Right.
after your
After
episode is over and you like, dang, like,
and
okay.
that's exactly what happened with me. I did not know until maybe like 2017. 2016 or 17, because 17, I think I realized because I actually went back to school. I moved back to Lafayette. That's when you
Yeah,
did my
that's what
hair.
I do. Yeah.
So then I didn't even know. I didn't even know until I was like, I can't. I had to leave that year again because I was like, this ain't it. I can't do it. I can't be a mama. I'm broke. I ain't got no food. Car done broke on the side of the street. It's just like this ain't it, girl.
And
It's
college
been a time.
itself is stressful.
And imagine having a 5-year-old with
Yeah,
you,
I can't,
girl.
because I can barely feed myself right now. So,
Girl, but it's so crazy how like that year I met some cool people. Like I
mhm.
don't know how I think y'all was angels. Cause
I
I when I tell
things
you I didn't have
really
no
work.
girl, that
No,
baby was never hungry. I don't know. I just don't know how that baby used to be eating because I didn't have no money. I didn't work. I don't even know how my phone stayed on. I never paid my bill. I'm telling you, I don't know. But I just had to go and leave. I really met some cool people that year. Like to this day I got some cool friends from that year. But I was still depressed, but from that year, yeah. I met some cool people. I wish I could go back and do it again because I feel like I'm mentally ready. Like, like I said earlier, like I was like, I didn't go back to school, I guess, because I was still depressed. But like now, I really feel like, because in 17, I thought I was like, all right, you ready, you can go. But now I feel like I done went through almost every stage enough to know how to get out. So I
Mhm.
get out of like if I'm depressed or if I'm feeling challenged, I know how to get myself out.
And
And that
also,
came from parenting too, you know.
like you said, you feel also your baby's father is in a more mature mindset, so you'll have more, possibly more support, more help. Okay, all right, don't worry about it. Okay, anyway, I believe
Yeah,
you can do it, that you are in a better headspace
that's
and
I
you
am trying to make it happen too, girl. Cause baby, I'll be just sitting around
have
here
you
just
thought about trying online?
no. I feel like I'm the type of
I
student,
mean,
and cause I've been out so long, I just feel like I need to get the feel the right. But then
Okay.
again, I don't know. I never tried it, so I don't know.
It's-
You know, I'm just feeling like I need to be
But
hands on.
technically, we all online.
Yeah, you're right.
My
I
class
thought about that too.
for the this semester are remote. I only have 2 left, but they're remote classes. Pretty much everybody's remote. My little sister, she's going to LSU. She's remote. She's gonna go. She has one hybrid class, I believe, where she has to go to school like one day. I mean, maybe twice out of the month. I think you can do it. This might be actually the perfect time for you to get in.
Right, you're right. I've been trying though. Honestly, UL don't want to send my transcript. I'm like, y'all ain't finna get me back in to going back down there because that's what happened the last time. They ain't sent it, so I had to go back to UL. Honestly, I think I actually could move back to Lafayette and be okay this time, but I don't want to chance it. You know, stuff going all right now.
You know, throw yourself into it. You can start school and then move.
Oh yeah. Like, cause since we online, I can stay home. You're right.
Cause my
You're
class
right.
is all over the place right now. This is literally the perfect time for you to try it out.
Right. You're right. It is.
Every major is online. My major is never online. We don't have the online option, but since we're going through the pandemic, we're remote.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know how good it's gonna go, but
it'll be all right. You got it.
Girl, I'm ready to go.
Where you going?
Out of this school.
Decided.
Oh, you're saying where I want to move? I haven't decided yet. I'm between Seattle, Washington, Chicago, and Texas. Texas is my last resort.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
y'all, this girl,
I ain't gonna
in her spirit, she want to say something smart so bad. She wants to say something smart.
I ain't gonna say it.
I got it in my head what she want to say, but she gonna say it on the podcast.
I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it, y'all. You're gonna finish the year out, and then you're just gonna go where the sources are. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Well, thank you, Virlitra, for joining me for today's conversation on motherhood. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe, turn on your post notification bell if you're watching via YouTube. Download this episode, share it with a friend or a family member. I hope that you guys enjoy our little conversation. I will have her back on. She don't know for what yet, but I'm going to have her back on.
Girl, I can't wait to come back.
After we stop this recording. So
thank you for having me, ma'am.
Thank you for coming, girl. That's all for this week. Tune in next week. You don't want to miss the next conversation. Peace.
Bye, y'all.